Michael's kitchen, and we got a good one today. Pardon the decor. We're just prepping for tomorrow, but I may as well show you some of the prep. That said, shout out to Levi, because he called me on Sunday and said, Michael, is this a good deal? And I said, yep, such a good deal, I'm going to get it. So I got a Traeger grill, just got it fired up and tested out today. And tomorrow we're making some brisket burnt ends. So I went to Sam's Club, got myself a complete Packer brisket. My wife's like, what are you going to do with 17 pounds of beef? I said, I'll figure it out. So I got probably 8 pounds of just the decal fat and just trimming the point. The brisket flat is in the refrigerator. I'll probably do that on another day this week. But tomorrow, burnt ends. So I got, before I even go there, I got some rub in. I got some Killer Hogs. I'll do some AP. And I'll probably do the steak rub for the points here. So I got the points, which I'm going to make into the burnt ends. Got some butcher paper that I was using to hold everything down. I trimmed off all the fat, and it's just looking gorgeous for tomorrow. So follow along. Tomorrow we'll get this on the smoker, and some exciting times. But I had to record this so you can see that, yes, I broke a sweat. I am literally sweating. I got all this fat. You guys know, if you know about briskets, I got a decal here that I cut out. That's just all fat. So there you go. Come back tomorrow, or you'll follow in 0.2 seconds and see tomorrow. So thanks again for following. Levi, shout out for the motivation. And here we go. So it's the next day. I told you guys I'd be doing this the next day, so I'm a little bit more decent. But I wanted to show you that I actually did trim this. So I've got my point, and I trimmed it Michael's kitchen style. So now I'm going to get this ready to go into my smoker. So first things first, I'm going to use, well, a couple of things. I got 3 different seasonings that I'm going to review here real quick. So I've got apple cider to spray down to keep this moist. I'll probably check it every hour. And I BBQ sauce when I'm going to glaze it later on. And I got the better than beef bouillon because I need to make beef broth. But let's get this seasoned up. So I'm going to get Killer Hogs AP, which stands for all-purpose seasoning. It's salt, black pepper, garlic powder, a couple of things. So this is a big piece of meat, so it's okay to be liberal with the seasoning. Then I'll put on some of the BBQ rub, again, another Killer Hogs. And notice I'm going higher to give a nice even spreading. And then that's it for now. I'm gonna let this sit for 10 minutes, let this get tacky, then I'll flip and do the top. Meanwhile, I'll go get the grill ready. 10 minutes have passed. Now I'm gonna flip and do the top side. This has gotten tacky, the seasoning, which is what I'm after. And a lot doesn't fall off. And then I'll do the same, repeat the same process on the top side here. So AP seasoning. And because this is the top, I'm going to use the steak rub. Again, Killer Hogs Steak Rub. And this has got coarser grind pepper. This is not as liberal as the other ones. This is just a light dusting, but this is going to give me a nice crust and help the bark for my burnt ends. So we'll leave this here for 10 minutes, and then we'll put it on the grill that we've already started preheating at 250 degrees. 10 minutes have passed. My Traeger is billowing smoke. Time to get this point in. I'm going to go ahead and place this into the pit and put in my probe inside the meat, in the biggest part. It'll go there. I'm looking for an internal temperature of 170 degrees, but for this size, it's probably going to be 4.5 hours. So I'm going to close it and forget it for 4 hours. I will spritz it every hour. I'll show you. I'll spritz it every hour with my apple cider vinegar, and we'll see what it turns out to in 4 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and place this into. So we're 2 hours into our cook. I got my spray bottle ready. Let's check out what we got here. Oh, that's just looking good. I'm gonna spray the areas that are just a little dry, but not the places that are moist. cover again, and go another 2 more hours. So we're 2 hours and 40 minutes into our brisket on the smoker. It's time to start working on our side dish. So in my bowl, I've just got like 6 potatoes cubed up. And I've already got some bacon that I put in the oven. Follow the Newski bacon, but this is not Newski bacon. But the way I cooked it was the way Newski style. And I lined it with aluminum foil only to get the bacon fat, because I need the bacon fat for my potatoes. I've already tossed this with some Montreal steak and some salt, and I'm going to go ahead and add in the bacon fat as my oil for my potatoes. I'm making, which I need to mention, smoked potatoes, garlic, and Parmesan. So I got about 20 cloves of garlic crushed in here as well. So, and of course the bacon fat. And it's going to go in the smoker. So nice and tossed. And onto my pan. And of course I want all that garlic out of there. The garlic and the bacon fat. Those are my potatoes. So I got my pan, smoker, briskets in there. I'm going to load up my potatoes and get them smoking here. I'll leave those in there for about 2 hours. How's that look?
Good.
I know. So we are at the end of our 4.5 hour cook. My goal was to get an internal temperature of 165. So we're there. Need my glove because it's going to get a little warm in here. And look at that beauty. So I'm going to take out the temperature probe. I'm going to do my best. I should have brought the other glove. Take this off.
Oh, that's good.
We'll go inside and finish this off the next steps. And now I've got to cube up my brisket point. Because remember I mentioned I'm making burnt ends. So I'm going to cube these up. Probably 1-inch cubes. So I should get my ruler out. Oh, and that is pure perfection. So not sure you can see that. Look at that bark is just perfect on there. You can see the smoke ring. It's just perfection. Still juicy inside. And again, I'm going to just continue queuing up and make 1-inch cubes. And maybe one will be a test. Maybe. It is, or they are, extremely hot, as you can imagine. So we did have a comment on our Mississippi pot roast that I did, and which was great. And someone asked, "Where's our brisket?" Here's our brisket, and this is looking pretty darn good. Not sure if you can see that. I'll get real close. Look at the smoke ring on there.
Looks good.
And you can see how juicy. Not sure you can see how juicy the juice is coming in there. Can you see that? Sorry, I gotta do it. This is gonna be really good. So, on to our next steps. First, got a 1/2 cup, as I'm still enjoying my morsels, 1/2 cup of beef stock. And then I'm going to ensure that these are spread out and all touching the bottom of the pan. So they're getting some of that juice that beef stock love. Then I'm going to take my aluminum foil, and yes, more waiting time. I'm going to take my aluminum foil and cover this up, and it's going to go back on the smoker for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. Remember, I'm trying to time this right with the potatoes. So 1 hour and 15 minutes, it's going to go back on. Time to get this back inside. So I'm going to open up my grill. I'm going to place this on the bottom rack, close, and set my timer for 1 hour and 15 minutes. That said, don't know, you guys know, I've been doing everything on my Kamado char griller. Just got this Traeger grill, which is a pellet. And I got hickory wood in there, hickory pellets. This is automatically temperature controlled. It's got a system to put the pellets into the middle of the pan, and it also has a fan to create all the smoke. So it's automatically doing that. It has 2 temperature probe attachments, which you guys saw I had the one inside the brisket. So if I'm looking for internal temperatures on certain different meats, I can modulate that and take it off when it's due. So this is on here for another hour. This is first time using it. We'll see how it turns out. So we got 45 minutes in, so I'm going to do one more step and then we're going to finish it off in here. So first things first, take the brisket off the smoker. Time to uncover and finish this recipe. So I'm going to take this off. You can see all that juice in there. So I've got Sweet Baby Ray's, which the house loves. I don't know why, but it's one of the house's favorites. I got a cup of Sweet Baby Ray's, and I'm going to add that to these burnt ends. A cup. Did I say a cup? In case you didn't hear me, I said a cup. And then I'm going to add all that in there. And here, just a matter of mixing all that up. And coat each burnt end with some gravy and that beautiful beef stock that's in the bottom of the pan. Trying to glaze these up and get them all sticky and beautiful. Got them tossed in that barbecue sauce. I'm going to put them back in the smoker for, I don't know, 40, 45 minutes until they get all crusty on there. The potatoes are done. You guys remember I cubed these up, did some, a bunch of garlic, and then of course I did the bacon fat, put them in the smoker for 2 hours, and here they are, they're ready to be served. But before I do that, I'm going to take half of this and put them into my little bowl here, because I'll be sure to add some Parmesan cheese. I'm going to add some smoked Gouda as well, because I like it. A bunch of that bacon, since I already made it, I may as well use some of it. And a whole lot of green onions. Melt the cheese, get my serving dish ready, and attempt not to spill any because I have a bad habit of spilling. That looks and smells phenomenal. So our project is done. And I don't know if you can see that. I'll get this close so you can see.
Looks good.
They're just ooey and gooey, and they're just, the edges are perfect. I mean, this is burnt ends as intended. So we'll just get them plated up. And as soon as I serve this, I guarantee the kids will come out of their bedrooms to see what we have here. So let's see what we're working with here. I don't know what I'm going to taste first, but I came prepared this time. I got a fork in my pocket. As you guys know, the potatoes are done. First time ever I've had smoked potatoes, but I just had the smoker going, may as well try it. And I got all those cheeses and the Parmesan cheese and the Gouda cheese and the green onions and the bacon. So we'll see how that came together. Yeah. That's good. That's really, really good. But the reason we're here is for these burnt ends. And you'll see, sorry, look how sticky that is.
Looks good, juicy.
Fork tender, juicy. This is going to be a party in my mouth.
Also want to ask that.
I don't know if I said this earlier, but I've tried making brisket a few times and it's never come out. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
This came out.
Looks good.
Guys, if you like the video, like the video. Comment down below if there's any particular recipe you guys wanted to try, and subscribe for more. That said,
A buen tiempo.
a buen tiempo. Alicia, time to eat!